Hey guys, so today I was thinking to talk about freedom because freedom is such an essential part of life. Since we all feel inherent unfree, we feel we are kind of trapped in what we call life, the bills, the duties, all the things we have to do to survive. Now, I mentioned in this vlog a couple of times that I once went to the Art Students League in New York, and we were supposed to read this book by Joseph Campbell, The Power of Myth, about mythology. And I remember how one of the other students said she had no interest in what usually is called surviving as an artist. She said she either wants to have a good life or a good death. And that kind of stuck with me because I feel the same way. If life is only about surviving, why bother? I mean, who wants to survive? It's boring. It's surviving, you know? I mean, isn't there more to life? And then there's the idea, you know, it's always connected to money, that you have to have a lot of money that you can then do what you want. Hence, people work their whole life and they try to eventually get to the point to be able to do what they want to do, but then, yeah, they're just too old to do things that they wanted to do in the past. So the big question is there freedom in midst of whatever we experience? So this is why I brought you to this place here, because obviously it's easier to experience freedom when you have this vastness and this beauty of nature. But the big question is, don't we have this all inside of ourselves? Because there's some vastness to this here, but in my experience it's not even close to the vastness we can experience inside. Even in meditation, when you close your eyes, the moment you close your eyes, you have unlimited space. There's no end to the space. And there's no person, no ego anymore. So it's amazing how only the sense of sight can really, in a way, limit us also. Because then we look at things and we think, oh, that's the end. That's where my life ends. It can't go further than that. But then you come here and then you realize it's unlimited. I mean, that's the beauty of El Hierro, I think, that this limitless beauty that you can experience. It's just absolutely amazing. So the question is, what holds us back? Why don't we go for freedom? And I know in my life it was always fear. I mean, we kind of have excuses. We feel we can't do it because something is holding us back. But in reality, the only person that holds us back is really we ourselves. So going inside, connecting to this unlimited being, pulls things in our lives that let us experience that unlimitedness, that unlimited being also outside of ourselves. And I really truly believe if I wouldn't have started the work with the inner child, then I wouldn't have started the vlog, and if I wouldn't have started the vlog, I wouldn't have come here. And so in a way, life shows you that you start to accept your unlimitlessness. This is what is really so amazing about this place, because it really shows you that there are no limits. It shows you the vastness of your inner life on the outside. That's why I think that El Hierro is a great teacher. It is rough in a way, but at the same time it has this grandness, it's just so big, so as small as the island is, but it just has this unlimited nature that is so beautiful. So that's why I'm saying, really connect to your inner child. It's really worth it, because if I was able to do it, you can do it. It's just like saying, look, I'm here for you, I support you, I love you. And all else will just happen. Now one might say, look, what is he telling me here? I mean, it's all that spiritual blah blah bullshit. But that's not what kind of a person I am. I never was somebody who had even the belief that what sometimes is said in the spiritual talks has any relation to reality. Because it doesn't. It's just like confused people talking about things they imagine. But this here is a true experience. I really believe that based on doing this work, I'm here on this island. I'm allowed to experience what I'm experiencing here. And that's why I want to also share it with you guys. Because what does it matter for me? I'll be dead soon. And maybe somebody who has less gray hair and is looking for a way to open up his or her life might say, well, maybe I just go for it, try. So what my hope with that is that maybe one, and I know everybody has to make his or her own experiences, but maybe one might say, look, I tried, and one might not have to have as many bad experiences as I had to get to this point. Because I had to honestly go to hell and back to finally say, look, I had it. I just want to live this life anymore. I don't want to live a meaningless life to me. At least it was meaningless. And I just want to enjoy life to the fullest extent. And I'm not talking about, driving a big fat car and having millions of dollars on your account. And that has nothing to do with fun. I met those people in New York that had so much money and had so little fun, because that's not what it is. It is just to connect to yourself and then let that inner innocence, what the child is, just play. If we would live a natural life, we would be loved by our parents, we would feel safe, our child would feel safe, the child would go into the world, feel safe, and be supported by the world. But what happens with the ego is that you feel fear. An ego is a product of fear, and then you feel fear, and you go into the world with fear. And Goethe once said, everything happens according to your belief. So you go into the world with fear, and it is fear you reap. You go into the world with trust, and it's trust you reap. So the moment the child, your inner child, feels it trusts the world, well, there's nothing to fear anymore, because the world is supporting us. Naturally, the world would support us, but based on our fear, based on our disbelief of support, well, it doesn't. Well, it still does, but, we don't accept it. We push it away. So that is what the vlog is about. It is about waking up to the possibility of living a beautiful life. I'm waking up to the possibility to live a beautiful life. And the moment I woke up, well, I'm still working on it, but it has changed. I'm still taking risks. I don't know, how my life will continue. But honestly, if I die tomorrow, I would say I did the right thing. I went to Hierro while there was a lot of fear in Berlin, and people were afraid to go anywhere, and there was a lockdown, and I said, look, I got to get out of here. And now you could say that's not very social in a way, but I would say it wouldn't have helped if there was one more body sitting around being afraid, and getting out really opened up my life so much. And even if I would die tomorrow, I would say, look, what a ride, What a great few weeks on El Hierro. The time I had here so far was, I had a better time in these 2.5 months than I had in the last 10 years, trust me. By far. And the day I die, I'll think of El Hierro and I'll smile. And I'll think, wow, what an amazing time that was on El Hierro. So what does it matter what happens afterwards, So the basic question is, what kind of life do we want to live? Do you want to live a life of fear? Or do you want to live a life of love, of trust? And ultimately, it is a decision. If you wouldn't have watched this vlog, you would be able to say, look, I didn't know how to get out of this. My mind just drove me nuts. And I was doing yoga, I was doing meditation, I was doing all these things, but I couldn't break out. But now, you have an opportunity here. You can say, look, Carson connected to his inner child. and his life turned around. Maybe I should connect. Maybe I could try. What do you have to lose? You could try and see what happens. And what if, God forbid, it gets better? I think we're mostly afraid of the good more than the bad, because the bad we know, but we don't know how to handle the good. I mean, how do we handle the good? What if your life would be full of adventures, and there's some magic way how you can even afford living this life of adventure? That would be amazing, wouldn't it be? So that's what I'm saying. There's a real opportunity here. You can decide if you want to take it or if you don't want to take it. So thank you so much. If you liked what you saw here today, and if you know somebody who might be interested in connecting to his inner child, please like and subscribe and send it to a friend. Maybe this is a way to really turn things around. I don't want to say save the world, but I honestly have no idea how to turn what is going on at the moment around. And I think this is one, if not the best opportunity or possibility or chance to really change things. Because we will not be able to change it through political discussion. It goes back and forth like ping pong, and somebody always has to be right, and these egos getting blown up bigger and bigger. But if we can connect to ourselves, and if we're happy, the world needs happy people. If we are happy, we'll start a movement of happy people, and the movement of happy people will have a happy planet. It is the unhappiness, the inherent unhappiness, the inherent suffering that we all have based on a lack of love that really holds us back to have heaven on earth. At least this is how I see it. So thank you. See you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.